In mathematics, the expression "to the power of" seems so ancient. It should be brought up to date. We say 10 to the power of 2 when we mean 10 times 10. That's very strange. The operation simply involves the base, 10 in this case, being twice used as a factor. So why not simply call it 2 factor 10? For example, instead of 10 to the power of 3, we could say 3 factor 10, meaning 10 times 10 times 10. For 10 to the power of 1, it would be 1 factor 10. For 5 to the power of 4, it would be 4 factor 5, meaning 5 4 times. Make it negative. 10 to the power of minus 1 becomes minus 1 factor 10, which equals 1/10. Or 10 to the power of negative 2.5 becomes 2.5 factor 10. Factor terminology added with hyphenation would also offer a consistent structural approach across different exponent types, directly referencing the base and the exponent as a factor count. I think we need to stop saying "to the power of" and adopt what we could then describe as the hyphenated factor, or more generally, exponent factoring. Many expressions in today's maths jargon are strange. There are a lot of things that I would change if I could.
The smallest measure of time. Do you know what it is? It's the amount of time light takes to travel a distance of 1 Planck length in vacuum, which is a time interval of approximately 5.39 times 10 to the power of negative 44 seconds. When we have a negative exponent on 10, it means we're dealing with a fraction where 1 is the numerator and 10, raised to the positive version of that exponent, is the denominator. So 10 to the power of negative 44 is the same as 1 over 10 to the power of positive 44. If you first want to see the same equation using a positive, the pattern will appear as follows. 10 to the power of 1 is equal to 10 with 1 0. 10 to the power of 2 is equal to 100 with 2 zeros. 10 to the power of 3 is equal to 1000 with 3 zeros. 10 to the power of 4 is equal to 10,000 with 4 zeros. And so on, until you get to 44 zeros after the 1. That number with 44 zeros is 1 duodecillion. If you would like to use our new catchphrase instead of "to the power of," then you would say 1 factor 10, which would look like a 10 with a tiny number 1 attached above and to the right of it, and that would mean 10. 2 factor 10, which would look like a 10 with a tiny number 2 attached above and to the right of it, and that would mean 100. 3 factor 10, which would look like a 10 with a tiny number 3 attached above and to the right of it, and that would mean 1000. 4 factor 10, which would look like a 10 with a tiny number 4 attached above and to the right of it, and that would mean 10,000. And so on. Now, if we are going to do the same calculation in the negative, the pattern will appear as follows. 10 to the power of negative 1, or negative 1 factor 10, equals 1/10, which can be expressed as 1 over 10, or as the decimal number 0.1. 10 to the power of negative 2, or negative 2 factor 10, equals 1/100th, which can be expressed as 1 over 100, or as the decimal number 0.01. 10 to the power of negative 3, or negative 3 factor 10, equals 1,000th, which can be expressed as 1 over 1,000 or as the decimal number 0.001, and so on until you arrive at 0.44 zeros and then 1. The only thing left to do at this point is multiply this 44 zero decimal number by 5.39 to get an approximate value for the Planck time. So, if someone were to comment that you had a Planck time moment of reflection before making a choice, it would mean that it took you the least possible amount of time that it could possibly take anyone to make your decision, and this would definitely constitute a wry remark.